This YouTube channel makes over $70,000 a month, millions of views, every single upload, and you've probably seen their videos yourself. Those insane 3D animations that make you forget you're watching a YouTube video at all. I got hooked the first time I saw one, and then I thought, could this be done with AI? But there's just one problem. I have never made a 3D animation in my life. Not one. No team, no animators, no production budget. So I gave myself 6 hours, and this is what I made.
6:58. In a wood frame shed behind his Atlanta home, a druggist completes a formula 6 months in the making. Prohibition closed his wine trade the previous November. What remains in the kettle carries no alcohol at all. Extract of coca leaf, cola nut, sugar, citric acid. He has 1 jug. He has never sold a drop of it. Within hours, that will change. 10:20. Pemberton carries the jug down the street to Jacob's Pharmacy, the soda counter nearest his lab. The clerk uncorks it. 1 ounce of syrup, then carbonated water from the marble fountain. The clerk does not know what he is tasting. He tastes it anyway. The word he uses is excellent.
Every frame of that was AI generated, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how it was made, step by step. But here's the part that actually made this work. I spent days reverse engineering Fern's channel, the pacing, the camera moves, the way every shot connects, and I compressed all of it into a single skill. You drop it into Claude, and Claude builds the entire documentary the way their team would. You can have that skill for free. Just comment the word Fern below, and I'll send it to you personally. Or if you want it right now, it's sitting in my free school community. Just go to YouTube Breakdowns and find Fern-Style Blueprint. From there, you can download the skill for free. Now, once you have the skill, upload it into Claude, and Claude will start to read the whole thing, learn the structure, and get to work. Once it absorbs the skill, Claude asks, "What do you want to do with it right now?" So, step 1 is the production plan, and I know that sounds boring, but this is the step that decides whether your documentary looks like Fern or looks like AI slop. Alright, for the topic, I type into Claude, "Make me a Fern-style documentary about the origin of Coca-Cola." Give it a few seconds to think, and now watch what it does. As you can see, it gives us the whole case file. The first thing it builds is the asset registry. This is the part nobody talks about. It's a locked list of everything that has to stay visually identical across the entire film. The pharmacist's face, his coat, the pharmacy counter, and also the location. This is exactly where AI documentaries fall apart. Your character has a beard in scene 1 and no beard in scene 4, and the whole illusion dies. The registry is what stops that from happening. Then it splits the film into chapters, and every chapter into scenes. And each scene comes with 2 things, the narration and the motion prompt, which is how the camera actually moves. So look at what just happened here. I'm not making creative decisions while I generate anymore. Every shot is already decided, what it looks like, how it moves, how long it runs. That's hours of work that just became 1 prompt. Alright, the plan is done. Now we can finally start generating the actual visuals, and this is the part I was genuinely nervous about. Every scene happens in 2 steps. The assets first, and then the motion, and the order matters more than you'd think. The assets come first because they're the anchor, so I copy the image prompts that the skill generated and head over to Higgsfield. And one quick thing before you follow along, do this on desktop because that's where Higgsfield actually works best, and you'll be uploading a lot of references in a minute. So from there, click on Image, choose Nano Banana Pro, paste the prompt in, and hit Generate. I do the same for every visual element the documentary needs, and once they're all done, you can see exactly what we've built here. The characters on one side and the locations on the other, all of them locked to the same look. These are the references that every single shot in the film is going to be built from, which is why we spent time on that registry earlier. Then comes the motion, and this is the part where AI documentaries usually collapse. So watch what happens here. Once the static assets are ready, I go to Video and choose Seedance 2.5. Now in the References section, I go to the Image Generation section and attach all the images we just generated. Once they're attached, I head back to Claude. Start with the first scene, copy the motion prompt, and paste it straight into Higgsfield. And usually, the hard part is keeping dozens of AI-generated clips consistent from one shot to the next. But we solved that in the planning stage. I told Claude to build the story in continuous 30-second blocks instead of individual shots. Then we use Seedance 2.5, which can generate the full 30 seconds while handling up to 50 reference images at once. And Higgsfield has it in full 1080p before anyone else. It's not on other platforms yet, so if you're watching this now, you're early. Now I hit generate and wait a few seconds. And just like that, we get a full 30 seconds of high quality footage in one shot, with the camera moving exactly as planned. No cuts, no drift, nothing to patch together. And if you want to test it yourself, new accounts currently get 5 free generations when you link a card. That offer ends Tuesday, so if you want to try it, now's the time. Alright, from there it's just repetition. The same process for every remaining scene until the film is fully generated. And once the visuals are done, the last piece is the voice, which turned out to be far simpler than I expected because the narration was already written for us. So I copy it and take it over to my text-to-speech tool. I'm using 11 Labs on the V3 model since it gives noticeably better emotional control, which matters a lot in this type of content. I paste the narration in, and before I generate, I hit enhance. It's a tiny step, but it can make the voice sound much more natural. Then I generate, listen back, and download the final voice. And at that point, the production is essentially finished. The visuals are generated, the narration is ready, so everything that's left is editing. So I open my editing tool and start with the voiceover, because the voice is the spine of a documentary, and everything else gets hung off it. I drag it in first, then go through and strip out any dead air, the small pauses and stumbles that make a video feel slow. Then start dragging the video clips in one by one. And while you're doing that, listen to the voiceover and make sure what's being said actually matches what's on screen. If the timing is slightly off, you can slow a clip down or speed it up to match the narration. Right at the beginning, I add a simple text overlay showing when the story takes place. It instantly makes the viewer feel like they're stepping into a real moment, and it only takes about 4 seconds. You can make it feel even better by adding a smooth text animation. Then, I just sync the rest of the visuals the same way until the timeline is full. Once that's done, I add a simple fade in at the very beginning, and as you can see, it makes the opening feel much smoother. And that's it. So let's put them side by side. Fern on the right and mine on the left. They've got same kind of framing, similar pacing, similar push-ins, and the same overall cinematic feel. Are they identical? Of course not. Fern has an entire team of 60 people working on this full time. But this was made by one person and one skill. And honestly, that's what makes this so crazy to me. If you want to try the exact workflow I used, I'll leave the skill and all the tools in the description, along with everything inside my free school community. And if you want to take this even further, check out the video on screen where I show you how to make 2D stick figure animations with AI. I'll see you in that one.